I'll tell you what I've learned. If you write a lie on a card and you read it often enough, you're going to start to believe it. Whatever you write, if you write it over and over and over, write it over and over and over. See, writing causes thinking. Thinking creates an image. As you get emotionally involved in the image, you're planting in universal intelligence. Universal intelligence is amoral. It doesn't care what you plant, but it'll return what you plant. I think I quoted Earl where he said you can plant nightshade, a deadly poison, a 1/16 of an inch away. You can plant corn, a sweet food. One will grow with just as great an abundance as the other. That's the truth. Hitler proved that. Told the people a lie. But in his charismatic way of putting it across, and he kept doing it over and over, the people started to believe it. First he had them burning the books, then he had them burning the people. Do you know there's people alive today still believe he was right? It is evil and is wrong. If you build an image and you internalize it, you're planting in universal intelligence. Universal intelligence operates by law. The first law is the perpetual transmutation of energy. It's got to move into form. Quit trying to figure out how it's going to happen. You don't know enough. Just know it's going to happen. And you see, the key there is, are you ready? If you don't believe, you're not ready. You can believe they can do it and not have the foggiest idea how it's going to happen. The moment your belief matches with any state, you fuse with it. What do we mean? You become one with it. You become one with that state. This union results in the activation, projection of the plots and plans and conditions and circumstances. Doesn't matter how it's going to happen. That's the interesting part of the trip. Discovering how it's going to happen. God, I met her, and I met him, and then I met them, and they come and said this. And then I stumbled on this book. This new state of conscious awareness becomes your home. You live there. You may be the only one living there. And that's where you view the world from there. It's your workshop, and if you're observant, you'll see outer reality shaping itself upon the model of your imagination. What wonderful information, my goodness. There is a place. Don't let it fade. When your mind goes there, make up your mind it's going to stay there because it is a place. I don't care what the thought is. Doesn't matter what the image is. If your mind can go there, you can physically go there. Let's understand, frequency is a level of vibration. Everything vibrates. It's moving. Now, it appears to be still. It isn't still. It's moving so fast it appears to be still. Every frequency is hooked up to the one above and the one below. There's no line of demarcation. Now, do you want to know what that means? You can go like that onto a higher frequency. But you can also go like that onto a lower frequency. Yet some people do that. But we think on frequencies. So we have to get that right in our mind. There's an energy flowing through our consciousness. We have what's called an inductive reasoning factor. That gives us the ability to you could pick up thoughts. There's actually thoughts floating around. Your thoughts, my thoughts, they're everywhere. Like if I have a thought, it's omnipresent. It's just as present in your mind as it is in mine. You may not be aware of it's there, but so your inductive reasoning factor can choose a thought, or it can take this unadulterated creative power, pure spirit, and it can create a thought. You literally create a thought. And you put that thought with another thought, and another, and you got an idea. An idea is nothing but a thought or a collection of thoughts directed towards a purpose. So what we're doing is we're taking this power that's flowing through us, and we're using this higher faculty that we've got in creating thoughts. Now, that's the one point that all the great leaders have agreed on. They've disagreed on virtually everything else. We become what we think about. Yep. Listen to the conversations of most people. A high percentage of the population are talking about what they don't want, what they hope doesn't happen. they never realize, and it's going to be obvious they don't realize this, that they are directing this magnificent power that's totally subjective. It has no ability to alter anything. You got the choice. But I'm going to tell you something. There's no shortage of good ideas flowing into your mind. There is no shortage. There's an abundance of them. While you're driving, while you're in the shower, while you're eating dinner, while you're talking to somebody, you take mental breaks. Everyone has these ideas. You have them flying on your mind, don't you? But we discard them as fast as they come. Why would we do that? Why wouldn't we keep them there and focus on them? Say, I can do that. I can do that. Why? Because we're ignorant. That's why. If you're observant, you're going to see outer reality shaping itself upon the model of your imagination. Now, this is all our imagination at work. Imagination isn't something just kids play with until they get a little older. Imagination, he'll sit, is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. You have one. It's one of your higher faculties. That was that sacred gift. Now, what I want to suggest you do is really let yourself relax and start to dream. But as you're doing it, also become aware of how your paradigm is going to fight you. This is where I am. I know how I got here. This is where I want to go. This is a place. If it's a place, don't let it die. Hold it. If it dies, bring it right back. Understand, it's a frequency. You can think. That is huge. We assert there is one original formless substance from which all things are made. All the many forms found in organic and inorganic nature are only different shapes made from the same stuff. And this stuff is a thinking stuff. A thought held in it produces the form of the thought. The original thought of a moving universe first extended throughout the formless substance. The thinking stuff resulting from that thought took the form of systems of planets and continues to maintain that form. Thinking substance takes the form of its thought and moves according to the thought, holding the idea of a circling system of suns and worlds. It took the form of these bodies and moved them accordingly. Original substance moves according to its thoughts. Every form and process you see in nature is the visible expression of a thought in the original substance. As it thinks of a form, it takes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it takes that motion. That is the way all things were created. We live in a thought world, and the world is a part of a thought universe. This is pretty simple. This is not rocket science. This is just pure life. I have said that an individual gets rich by doing things in a certain way. In order to do so, you must become able to think in a certain way. Your way of doing things is the direct result of the way you think about things. If you don't like what's happening in your life, change your thinking. It's not her, it's not him, it's not them, it's you. You are a thinking center. You're something unique in this whole planet that you're a part of, in the whole universe that you're a part of. You're a thinking center. There's power, there's spirit flowing to and through you. You can take this power that's flowing in and turn it into thoughts. Yet you can bring the thoughts together and build ideas. That's what this seminar is. Have you any idea how many times I run these seminars when I was in the car all alone? If you are not satisfied with your life, if you are not making the progress that you want to make with your life, change it. Change it. You can think. That is huge.